All right, fire it up. Let's do your thing here, bud. Nobody's any better at this than you are.
That's fine. Take a deep breath.
Give them hell at the end. You like this?
Fighting like hell like we do every week. You are the best here. Brett, be affirmative. You told me to get on.
Info. Ready. Ready. Go slow. Green, green, green. Lock it down, lock it down. 14.
I'm destroyed, and I just got drove through like 6 times on the 14th. What the f is he thinking? That is the stupidest thing I've seen in my career. Literally.
Everything you described is accurate. Haven't even finished the second stage yet. Half the field's wrecked.
Hell yeah!
11 got it. Rowdy there, Matt. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day. Great work, my man. Great work.
Keep putting yourself in position. We'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job.
10-4. Great job, guys.
And welcome back again to week 14 of the NASCAR 2021 season. And we are finally headed to Austin, Texas, and the Circuits of America, or better known COTA. First time visiting Austin and COTA for all of the NASCAR series. Fairly new and recent track to America and to the racing world. Has been known in the F1 world as one of the tougher tracks, and NASCAR is now getting their turn to try this crazy track in Austin. You know, got to keep it weird, and it's bright, it's weird, it's fun. It'll be a good time this weekend. I'm excited to watch the race. The iRacing on Wednesday night was kind of boring, but it kind of showed that the guys that know how to drive it showed that the guys that know how to drive road courses and iRacing kind of came to the top with James Davison and Anthony Alfredo getting 1-2, but James Davison absolutely destroying the field by I think it was like 12 seconds. But that's not a full indication of what is going to happen this Sunday with the Cup cars. But before we get into that, let's take a look at how things went last week from Dover. And the first time in NASCAR history, a team finished first, second, third, and fourth. Congratulations to Hendrick on taking that honor and setting a record. So coming up and finishing first was Alex Bowman, and Kyle Larson coming in second, with Chase Elliott third, and William Byron 11 top 10s now in the last 11 races, finishing fourth. He did not make the optimal lineup, but still had a very good day. But as we could see, we definitely had 2.5 dominators, and I think we had discussed that we would definitely need 2 to maybe 3, and then the other 3 finishers, Quinn Hoff, who, once again, I've always said, hey, don't worry about taking these guys, they never make the optimal lineup. Now, with that being said, I couldn't find anybody that actually had the optimal lineup in DraftKings that finished first, so take that with a grain of salt, because I don't think anybody would have taken Quinn Hoff. I know I didn't, and I'd tell you guys not to, but Quinn Hoff, Cole Custer, and Daniel Suarez. Cole Custer with a top 10 finish for Stuart Haas in the first time this season that he's finished in the top 10. Still think there's issues going on at Stuart Haas. The rest of the crew did not finish as well as they had hoped. Can't remember exactly where Kevin finished, but he finished in the top 10 also. But that's normal. But as strong as he was last year at Dover, he should have finished in the top 5. But with that being said, Truex Jr. still holding the top spot with 6 optimal lineups out of 13 races. Pretty good streak for Mr. Truex Jr. And Denny Hamlin, Chris Buescher, Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson, and Daniel Suarez rounding out the top 6. All right, let's, without further ado, take a look at Circuits of America. Texas, the Echo Park Automotive Texas Grand Prix. As you can see, this is a monster of a track. It is the absolute longest track that they go to. It is a road course. Track length is 3.426 miles. 20 turns. That's 20 turns. They've never done anything close to this. I think Watkins Glen might have 11 or 12. Race length is only 68 laps, so Dominator points will not be that much of a factor with only 47.6, with only lead laps accounting for 17 and fast laps counting for 30.6. They actually say the measured distance from pit road all the way to this back top corner is over 2 miles away, and when the field actually gets that far away, the guys in the garage won't even be able to hear the cup cars or the cars that far away. I've never been, so I'm taking their word on it, but it's a long way away. All right, let's get into pricing and drivers this week. Martin Truex Jr. 10,600. Oh, by the way, they have qualifying this weekend. They have practice this weekend because they've never been there. So as you will see, none of the guys have a starting lineup or a starting spot. They will qualify on Sunday morning, and then they will take the green flag about 4 or 5 hours later. So that's going to be a huge factor when we're putting our lineups together. You're going to want to absolutely wait until after qualifying is finished and wrapped up this weekend. Do not set your lineups based on just these power rankings. The power rankings are strictly what they have done in and on road courses in the past, because we have no data here at COTA. So take all that into account. They do practice on Saturday, I think. I'm not sure when practice is. Practice is either this afternoon or Saturday, but then they qualify on Sunday morning. That will be a huge factor, as we will see when we go to road courses, because we don't have Dominator points that are a factor. It's mostly place differential and finishing positions. So just be very alert that you do not want to set these lineups for DraftKings until after you know who and where people are qualified. All right, so getting into that, Martin Truex Jr., based on past road course history, 10,600, power ranking of 1. He does have 1 win in the last 5 starts with 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 5 top 20s, 52.45 DraftKings average, and a 5th place average finish in the last 5 races. He has 31 total road course starts, and he finished 12th at the Daytona road course this spring, about 11-12 races ago. He has 4 total wins on road courses, 12 top 5s, 17 top 10s, and 23 top 20s out of 31 starts. Next in line is going to be Chase Elliott, who has been a dominant road course racer along with Martin Truex. Mostly of recent, Chase Elliott has been the road course king. 10,500, power ranking of 2nd. He does have 3 wins, 3 top 10s, or 3 top 5s, top 10s, and top 20s in his last 5 starts. 40.32 DraftKings average, 12.2 average finish. He finished 21st here at the Daytona road course in the spring, bringing that's why his DraftKings average and average finishing position is down a little bit. Whereas if he'd finished in the top 5, that would be much higher. He does have 13 total starts on road courses, 5 wins, 6 top 5s, 8 top 10s, and 10 top 20s. Both these guys are really good at road courses, but COTA will be a beast into its own. Kyle Larson next in line at 10,200. I don't know why they priced him so high. He is not that great at road courses. He's not bad, but he's not 10,200 pricing when the top two are 10,006 and 10,005. So I think pricing here is not favorable for Kyle Larson. Probably the only way I will take much of Kyle Larson this weekend is if he is starting probably 25th or worse. If he qualifies somewhere between 5 and 15, I'm probably not going to touch him, because that's probably where I expect him to finish, is probably 9, 10, 11. So with that being said, make sure you're watching qualifying. No wins, no top 5s, 2 top 10s, and 2 top 20s in the last 3 starts, because he missed 2 of those starts last year because of his suspension. 16th place average finish. He finished 30th here, or 30th at the Daytona Road Course this year. Once again, 15 total road course starts, no wins, only 1 top 5, 4 top 10s, and 9 top 20s. Denny Hamlin next in line, power ranking of 3, 10,100, has no wins in the last 5 starts, but he does have 4 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 5 top 20s with a 40.38 DraftKings average, a 5.6 average finish. Sorry about that. My dog thinks he's a zombie, and I guess he just woke up. But 5.6 average finish. He finished 3rd at the Daytona Road Course. He does have 1 victory on a road course in his career out of 33 starts, 10 top 5s, 16 top 10s, and 23 top 20s. Next in line, Kyle Busch, 9,900, 18th on the power ranking. That might be slightly improved because they do have practice. It's only a 55-minute practice session, but that does give him time to get a better feel for his car, but he is also getting a feel for the track. Most of these guys have taken trips to Austin and rented cars and just driven the track in a rental car. They are not allowed to put a race car on tracks to do testing or anything like that, but they are able to take a rental car and drive it around the track to learn more about the layout. But in his last 5 starts, no wins, 1 top 5, 1 top 10, and 2 top 20s, a 7.9 DraftKings average, and a 23rd place average finish. So once again, Kyle is going to need to do kind of what the other Kyle Larson is going to need to do, is not qualify that well for me to be interested in taking much of him. He just makes me nervous. Not a whole lot of practice time. Recently has not been great at road courses, but he does have 35 total starts on road courses, 3 wins, 11 top 5s, 19 top 10s, and 23 top 20s. So be a little wary unless he has a poor qualifying effort or has to go to the rear of the field for a change or inspection issues. Next in line, Kevin Harvick, $9,700, 10th on the power ranking. No wins in his last 5 starts, no top 5s, 3 top 10s, and he has finished 5th in all, or 20th or better in the last 5 starts. 35.6 DraftKings average, 9.4 average finish. Finished 6th in the Daytona Road Course. He does have 2 wins on road courses out of 43 total starts, 11 top 5s, 24 top 10s, and 37 top 20s. Most of the time he's going to finish in the top 20. Most of the time he's going to finish in the top 10. He's not bad at road courses. He usually finishes in the top 10. So depending on where Kevin is starting, it will depend on how much I have of Kevin. Once again, watch and pay attention to qualifying. Next in line, Joey Logano, 8th on the power ranking, 9,500. No wins in the last 5 races. That's not right. can't have 4 top 5s and 3 top 10s. So, I think it's 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 4 top 20s. Once again, I thought I proofread this thing again. Oh well. I'm pretty consistent, I guess. 32.2 DraftKings average, 11.8 average finish. He finished second at the Daytona Road Course. 1 win in his 27 total road course starts, 8 top 5s, 15 top 10s, and 21 top 20s. Brad Keselowski, 9,300, 11 on the power ranking, no wins in his last 5 starts on road courses, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, and 5 top 20s, a 32.3 DraftKings average, and a 12.6 average finish. He finished 5th here, finished 5th at the Daytona Road Course. No wins in all of his 25 starts, but does have 7 top 5s, 10 top 10s, and 20 top 20s. That's kind of tough to say. All right, next in line, William Byron, 9,200, Mr. Consistent this year, finishing 11 straight top 10s. The last time he finished out of the top 10 was, you guessed it, the Daytona Road Course, where he finished 33rd. But he has 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 4 top 20s in the last 5 road course starts. He has a 39.7 DraftKings average at road course starts in the last 5, 11.8 average finish, and has a total of 9 total starts on road courses, 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 5 top 10 or top 20s. Next in line, Ryan Blaney, long shot that could potentially win this race or finish fairly well. So if you want to go put $5 on somebody in on a betting site, this is probably the spot that I would do it. But I typically stick with DraftKings. But DraftKings does have a sportsbook site, so shout out to them. 4th on the power ranking, $9,100. No wins in his last 5 starts, 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 4 top 20s, 39.7 DraftKings average, and 11.8 average finish. He finished 15th at the Daytona Road Course. He does have 1 win at the Charlotte Road Course, their inaugural road course there, and has 4 top 5s, 7 top 10s, and 10 top 20s out of his 13 total road course starts. He does very well at road courses. Alex Bowman, 8,900, power ranking of 6th, no wins in the last 5 starts on road courses, 0 top 5s, 2 top 10s, and 5 top 20s. 39.6 DraftKings average, 11.6 average finish. Finished 10th at the road course in Daytona this year. No wins at all out of his 13 total starts on road courses, but does have 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s, and 9 top 20s. All right, next in line, we've got Austin Cindric making, not making his Cup debut, but is making his first Cup start on a road course. So no data for him, but I had to insert him in. If I'm putting him in, I put him in the 15th power ranking because he does have 10 total starts in Xfinity cars on road courses and 4 wins, 8 top 5s, 9 top 10s, and 9 top 20s. So he's been really, really good at road courses. He's got a pretty good feel for stock cars and has had 3 or 4 Cup starts so far this year. So I think Austin Cindric could easily be somebody that, depending on where he gets his starting position, may end up finishing fairly well. So keep him on your radar and watch qualifying. You will hear me say that a lot this time. Watch qualifying, or pay attention to where they're starting. AJ Allmendinger, what used to be known as the road course ringer, and that's kind of how he got into NASCAR. 8,500 he's now a full-time regular in the Xfinity Series. 8,500, 7th on the power ranking, has only 1 road course start, and that was at Daytona this year, and finished 7th. So keep that in mind. But he is he's still considered one of the better road course racers, and he understands how to drive a stock car. So he has a 64.9 DraftKings average, because that's only taking into account his one start this past spring. In the 7th place average finish. Out of his 22 total starts on road courses, he does have 1 win, 3 top 5s, 11 top 10s, and 17 top 20s. Christopher Bell, our Daytona road course winner from this year, only has a total of 3 Cup starts. Does have that 1 win with 1 top 5, 1 top 10, and 1 top 20 out of those 3 starts. 36.8 DraftKings average and a 15.3 average finish. He does have 6 Xfinity starts where he has 2 wins, 4 top 5s, and 5 top 10s, and 5 top 20s. So this will be another person that I will keep an eye on and see where he qualifies. Kurt Busch, 8,100, 9th on the power ranking. No wins in the last 5 starts, but does have 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 5 top 20s. 39.6 DraftKings average, 9.0 average finish. Finished 4th at the Daytona road course. Does have 1 win in his 42 total road course starts, and 14 top 5s, 24 top 10s, and 33 top 20s. Kurt is actually a fairly good road course racer. He's fairly patient. So, once again, depends on where he qualifies on whether I'll take him. I think he definitely could easily end up in a top 10 spot here, and his pricing is fairly reasonable for a middle-of-the-road driver. Not a middle-of-the-road pricing driver. Matt DiBenedetto, Matty D, 7,900, 20th on the power ranking. Not the best at road courses. Out of his last 5 road course starts, he has 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, and 3 top 20s, a 36.8 DraftKings average with a 16.8 average finish. He finished 37th at Daytona road course this year. 15 total road course starts, and only 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, and 6 top 20s. Next in line, Cole Custer, 7,800. I think his pricing is a little expensive. They've just been struggling at Stewart-Haas. We've discussed that many times. We won't go over that too much. So I've got him we have him 19th on the power ranking. Out of his 3 Cup starts, he has no top 5s, 1 top 10, 2 top 20s, a 36.3 DraftKings average, and a 14.7 average finish. He finished 13th at Daytona earlier this year. In his Xfinity starts, he does have 6 total starts on road courses, no wins, only 1 top 5, 6 top 10s, and 6 top 20s. So depending on where he starts will make a big difference. If he's starting way up front, I'm not sure I'll take him. If he's starting way in the back, maybe. And that's a big maybe, because like I said, Stewart-Haas has definitely had some issues this year. Eric Almirola, his teammate at Stewart-Haas, 23rd on the power ranking. In the last 5 road course starts, he has 0 top 5s, 1 top 10, and 4 top 20s, a 26.4 DraftKings average, a 15.6 average finish. He finished 17th at Daytona. 15 total road course starts, only 2 top 10s, 11 top 20s. So depending on where he starts, we'll make. I'm hoping that all depending on. I'm going out of town this weekend for a baseball tournament, and if I get a chance to do a quick 5 or 10 minute spiel about after qualifying where these guys are starting and how I feel that may impact, I will try to potentially go live or at least post a quick video to all these different channels. Eric Jones next in line at 7,500, 12th on the power ranking. Has 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 5 top 20s out of his last 5 starts. He's got a great DraftKings average of 49.32, 8.0 average finish. Finished 14th at Daytona. He doesn't have any wins out of his 8 starts, but does have 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s, and 8 top 20s. He's never finished out of the top 20 on a road course. So definitely keep an eye on Eric Jones this weekend. Michael McDowell, 7,400, 22nd on the power ranking. Michael does actually fairly well at road courses. I wouldn't say he's a ringer by any means, but he does decent. He did finish 8th at Daytona road course earlier this year. And out of the last 5 total starts on road courses, he has no top 5s, 2 top 10s, and 3 top 20s with a 25.9 DraftKings average and an 18.2 average finish. He does 17 total starts on road courses and 10 top 20s. Next in line, so I didn't put anybody in red this week, and there's a reason why I didn't highlight anybody in red this week is because of place differential being such a big factor this weekend, where dominators really are not going to be as much of a factor. We have potential opportunity of seeing some guys that would not typically make optimal lineups potentially make it, kind of like we would see at super speedways, where the big one happens and guys in the back who avoided it now have great finishing positions, and you get some decent money, or you can finish in the money. But Tyler Reddick, 7,200, 30th on the power ranking. Out of his 3 cup starts on road courses, he only has 2 top 20s, a 16.3 DraftKings average, and a 22.7 average finish. He finished 38th at Daytona. He does have 6 Xfinity starts, 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s, and 5 top 20s. He's actually been, and Tyler Reddick has been doing well this year, so take that for what it is. Depending on where he starts, watch qualifying. Austin Dillon, next in line, 7,000. I think he's overpriced. 32nd on the power ranking, only has 1 top 20 out of the last 5 road course starts. He has a 7.7 abysmal DraftKings average and a 27th place average finish. He finished 34th at Daytona, and out of his 16 total cup starts, he only has 6 top 20s. No top 10s, no top 5s. Probably won't have much of Mr. Austin Dillon this weekend. Next in line, Chris Buescher, 6,900, who's been having just a phenomenal year and hoping for a long-term contract with Roush Fenway, since his main sponsor, Fastenal, has signed on through 2024. So I think that may be an indication that Chris Buescher is probably at Roush Fenway for a while. 17th on the power ranking this week. He does have 1 top 5, 1 top 10, and 5 top 20s out of his last 5 starts, with a 34.9 DraftKings average and a 13th place average finish. Fairly good road course racer. Not the best, but he's pretty consistent. Finished 11th at Daytona this year. 14 total cup starts on road courses and 11 top 20s. Next in line, Ryan Newman, 6,700, 29th on the power ranking. Not the best at road courses. He will have to qualify really far back for me to potentially take him. 0 top 5s, 1 top 10, and 3 top 20s in his last 5 starts, with a 23.1 DraftKings average, a 20.4 average finish. He finished 20th in the Daytona race this year and has 41 total road course starts, with 11 top 10s and 17 top 20s. Daniel Suarez, 6,600, one of my more favorite, probably price relief drivers, is 16th on the power ranking. He had, and once again, it depends on where he starts. Watch qualifying. 0 top 5, 0 top 10s, 3 top 20s out of his last 5 starts, with a 24.5 DraftKings average and a 20.4 average finish. He finished 16th at Daytona. Out of his 11 total road course starts, he does have 8 top 20s and 2 top 10s, 2 top 5s. I just think he's in the best equipment that he's been in probably 3 years. And that's why I really like Daniel Suarez. Chase Briscoe coming in at 6,400, 26 on the power ranking, only has one Cup road course start, which was at Daytona, where he finished 32nd and gave us a -5 DraftKings average. He does have 9 total starts in the Xfinity Series, with 2 wins, 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s, and 8 top 20s. He's not a bad road course racer, and I forgot what happened to him at Daytona for him to finish 32nd, but I think it may have been just he was getting adjusted to driving the Cup cars. But depending on where he qualifies, I potentially might have a little bit of him, but probably not. Next in line, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 6,200. Not the best at road courses. No top 5s, no top 10s, and 4 top 20s out of his last 5 starts. He does have a 28.9 DraftKings average and a 17.4 average finish. He finished 18th at Daytona. 19 total road course starts. Has never finished in the top 10, but does have 11 top 20 finishes. Next in line, Ross Chastain at $6,000. Does have 3 Cup starts in the last 5. He's got a total of 4 Cup starts, but has no top 20s. 39th at Daytona. He has 7 starts in the Xfinity Series, where he has 1 top 5, 4 top 10s, and 5 top 20s. Once again, highlighted in yellow. Be wary. Bubba Wallace, 5,800. Once again, highlighted in yellow. No top 5, 10s, or 20s in his last 5 Cup starts on road courses, and a 14.4 DraftKings average, 25.2 average finish, 26th at Daytona, and has started on road courses 7 times and has never finished inside the top 20. So, highlighted in yellow. Probably will stay away from Bubba Wallace. Next in line, Ryan Preece, 5,700. A little bit of salary relief here. Out of his total 6 Cup starts on road courses, he does have 2 top 20s and 1 top 10. He does have a 16.0 DraftKings average and a 22.2 average finish. There is some salary relief here. Depends on where he qualifies. Ty Dillon, 5,500, is back for another shot in the Cup car. Hopefully he can do well this weekend so he can potentially get himself a full-time ride either in the Truck or Xfinity Series, maybe even Cup next year. Not the greatest road course racer, but not the worst. 24.4 DraftKings average, 23.8 average finish. Does have 4 top 20s out of his 11 total road course starts in the Cup car. Justin Haley, 5,400, has 2 total starts in the Cup car on road courses and a 29th average finish and a 10.0 DraftKings average. He does have 8 total Xfinity starts with 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, and 5 top 20s out of 8 starts. And he is coming back from COVID, so I don't think I'll have much of Justin Haley. Corey LaJoie, another one who is not great at road courses, 5,200, 0.6 DraftKings average, 31.2 average finish. He finished 31st at Daytona, and he's never finished in the top 20 out of his 7 total Cup starts. Anthony Alfredo, 5,100, has 1 Cup start where he finished 22nd and 1 Xfinity start where he finished 20th. He did finish 2nd in the iRacing event. Not that that equates to a whole lot, but it is a chance for them to learn the corners, learn the tracks, learn the braking zones, those types of things. So, salary relief, depending on where he qualifies, might be interested in Anthony Alfredo. If he qualifies top 10, I probably will not have much interest. James Davison, our iRacing Pro Invitational winner from this past Wednesday, $5,000. The interesting thing about James Davison is he is what some would consider to be a road course expert. Most of his experience is coming from Australia on road courses. That's why he ended up doing fairly well in the iRacing event, which gets him a 20th on the power ranking and really good salary relief, depending on where he qualifies. Out of his 3 starts in the Cup car on road courses, he has a 25.4 DraftKings average and a 27.3 average finish. Next in line, another road course ringer will be making his first Cup debut at 4,900. I had to put him in. I put him at 33rd on the power ranking because it's his first start in any type of stock car. He is an IMSA sports car winner and has 5 top 3s or podium finishes in IMSA. Also, his team won the 24 Hours of Daytona this past year. He's a road course expert, and this COTA is a very technical track. Depending on where Kyle Tilley ends up qualifying, we'll have some indication on where I may end up taking him, if I take much of him at all. But looking back on past histories, even somebody like Boris said, who ended up having a decent amount of experience in his career in Cup cars and ran almost solely on road courses, even being a road course ringer does not guarantee that you're going to end up performing well. So, not sure what to do with Kyle Tilley, but wish him the best of luck. Won't be the last time, supposedly, that we see Kyle. Kyle Tilley, we'll see him around again. I think he's slated to start 2 or 3 other road courses this year. So, depending on how he does here, maybe we'll take him in a future race. Next in line, Cody Ware at 4,800. 3 starts in Cup, no top 20s, 9.3 DraftKings average, 31.3 average finish. He finished 25th at Daytona. 3 Xfinity starts with 1 top 10. Next in line, Garrett Smitley, coming in at 40th on the power ranking. Garrett is not a road course expert at all, has very little experience on road courses. He has a 31.5 average finish, finished 27th at Daytona, and has 6 Xfinity starts and only 2 top 20s. Hence the reason why he's 40th on the power ranking. Josh Bilicki, 38th on the power ranking, 3.1 DraftKings average, 33.7 average finish, finished 36th at Daytona, and has 10 Xfinity starts and 5 top 20s. Quinn Hoff, 4,500, 3 total starts on road courses and a 34th place average finish, and finished 40th at Daytona. Alright, so let's kind of break this down a little bit. If there's going to be somebody that may end up dominating, even though there are very few dominating points. Of course, it's going to be potentially, all indications and history points to Truex, Elliott, Hamlin, Blaney. Depending on where these guys qualify, if they can get out front and stay out front, it will help, because when we take a look at past histories at road courses and points, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about here. So we're looking for people who are going to finish well. They don't necessarily have to dominate, and we are looking for a place differential, but we're also looking for 1, maybe 2 guys that are going to finish well. And out of that group, Truex, Elliott, Hamlin, and Blaney have all finished fairly well at most road courses. Price relief, I like Daniel Suarez, then Chris Buescher, Austin Cindric, James Davison, Ricky Stenhouse, Ty Dillon, and Chase Briscoe, and Alfredo. Once again, this is all going to be coming down to qualifying, because as we can see from the Daytona road course earlier this year, was 70 laps, there were no dominators. 5 of the optimal lineup came from place differential, and 1 came from a finishing order. And it really had some place differential involved in it too, with Joey Logano starting 11th and finishing 2nd, and Christopher Bell 12th to 1st. But AJ Allmendinger starting 34th and finishing 7th was the biggest point getter. Alex Bowman coming in, starting at 36, coming in at 10th. And as you can see, Daniel Suarez 35th to 16th, Eric Jones 37th to 14th. So as you can see, place differential is big. That's why I've repeatedly said pay attention to qualifying. Qualifying will be everything that we need to know on how to score well at this race. Chase Elliott, who has been a dominant force in road course, as you can see, led 44 laps, started from the pole, but because he finished 21st, 20 spots worse, his PD was not a PD upside, it was a PD downside, because it ended up giving him a 20.55 DraftKings day. Nowhere close to being in the optimal lineup, even after he led 44 laps. So that's why I hate taking pole sitters. So be careful about taking a pole sitter after qualifying. They have no place to go but down. All right, let's look at 2020's breakdown on optimal lineups to kind of give us a better example of what's going on here. At the Charlotte Road Course was 109 laps. We had 1 Dominator, 4 PD upsides, and 1 good finishing spot. So as we can kind of see, the good finishing spot was Eric Jones, but he did have some PD upside that was involved in that too, from 14th to 3rd. Tyler Reddick 16th to 12th, because he gave us some salary relief, ended up making the optimal lineup. The other Daytona Road Course, or the Daytona Road Course from last year, we saw 1 Dominator, 3 PD upsides, 1 finishing spot. Denny Hamlin started 2nd, finished 2nd, which gave him a really good DraftKings day, even though he only led 16 laps. But somebody like Chris Buescher, 21st to 5th, Michael McDowell, 30th to 10th, Jimmy Johnson, 11th to 4th. So 2 of these guys were somewhat of dominator / finishing position. So let's look at some true road courses and not oval road courses. So Sonoma, where they haven't been in almost 2 years, they will be going back here soon, a couple weeks. Had 1 Dominator, 3 place differentials, and 2 good finishing spots. Truex with the Dominator led 59 laps and finished 1st. But after that, it's Eric Jones 32nd to 8, 19 to 4 for Matt DiBenedetto. Ryan Blaney started 9th to finish 3rd, so there was some PD upside there, but not a whole lot. But it's just his finishing order. As you can see, everybody was in the top 10 there. Whereas we dropped down to Watkins Glen, Chase Elliott truly dominated that race, but because 90 laps, which is 30 plus more than what we're going to have this weekend, gave him some Dominator points. And then everybody behind him was mostly place differential, was a big difference. So qualifying will be everything and where they start. So please pay attention before we set these lineups for qualifying. It's going to be an exciting race. There's lots of technically very tough corners at this track, turning right and left. It's going to be a fun race to watch. And I hope to one day make it to Austin and go see the COTA race. Either I'd love to see a NASCAR COTA race, but I'd also love to see the Formula One guys race there. They're twice as fast as the Cup cars are. So that tells you how any indication on how these guys get around the track. But with that being said, we are wrapping it up for the weekend. You guys enjoy the absolutely warm, steamy weather, especially if you're anywhere west of the Mississippi. I get to go sit out and watch some baseball all weekend. Can't wait. It's going to be exciting. At least we're going to be close to a beach. I love watching baseball and love watching my kid. So you guys enjoy the race this weekend. Good luck. make sure you watch qualifying. Make sure you take a second to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon so you get notified of when I post my videos. And if you have any questions, make sure you can hit me up on Facebook or send me a message on YouTube or shoot me an email. Once again, if you know anybody that plays DraftKings or is interested in playing DraftKings and wants to kind of get involved and learn a little bit more about the NASCAR side of things, make sure you share my video with them. So good luck, guys. Have a great weekend and enjoy COTA. Thanks.
Take a good deep breath. Get ready to roll here. Only about one thing tonight, getting the W, so gotta be around at the end to do that. Get ready to roll tonight, boys. Let's go have some fun. Don't get me any more fired up than I already am. All the way to the checkered. You are fine. Nobody's got to run. Checker time, baby! Hell yeah! Proud of you there, Matt. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day. Great work, my man. Great work. Keep putting yourself in position. We'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job. Great job, guys. Excellent work, my man. Excellent work. Thank you.
Man, that's awesome. Set out with a goal, we got it here, bud. Thank you very much.
Really proud of you, man. Drove your butt off tonight. We had the fastest car here, bud.
Probably killed our deal there. Just feel like I gave one away.
Yeah, boys. Way to rebound. Great job.
Great job, bud. Really good job. Appreciate you hanging in there with us all weekend.
What a weekend. Good job. Thank you.